All right, we're live.
Hey,
Hey, hey,
Yo,
hey,
hi.
yo, hey.
yo, hey, yo, yo,
Welcome to
hey,
the
ho.
show.
Oh, hey, thanks.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
What's up with you guys?
Not much, just visited my family.
Nice.
Mom
Everyone
is
good and
flying.
healthy?
Yeah, mom's flying back on Saturday, so went over to my sister's place to have dinner with them.
Cool. I'm curious, what are cross Canada flight costs?
I think mom said it costs about $700 right now to fly from Newfoundland to
Holy
here,
smokes. So I
something
was
like
just
that.
talking to my sister who lives in Kamloops.
Hmm.
She gets direct flights Kamloops to Halifax for under 100.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, right?
How?
I don't know. I was telling you about this, Paul, the other week. Um, because I had booked a flight, like I'm going to be in Canada in June. I had booked a flight from Calgary to Toronto, and it cost me like, I don't know, 150-ish, a little less than that. And my sister was like, "Oh, I get these ones for under 100," which seems insane because it doesn't get much wider than that.
That's weird.
There must either be like no one flying those, so they have to discount the tickets, or maybe there's some like business like industry that is connecting those two cities together that they need to offer cheap flights. I have no idea though.
No idea.
Yeah, but that's pretty wild. So maybe your mom should look into flying to Kamloops first.
Apparently,
Just to
Jesus.
save a few $100.
Maybe the flight to Kamloops is like $900, and then the discount for the rest.
Yeah. What's new with you, Paul?
Nothing.
Nothing going on?
No, nothing. Nothing exciting.
Wanted to give a recommendation, a show recommendation to the listeners. I watched all of Severance this last week and a half. Just kind of binged it. Um, this is an Apple TV Plus show, and I haven't been this interested in a TV show since like Ted Lasso season 1. So kind of funny that it's also an Apple TV Plus show, but like holy smokes, this show is incredible for fans of Control, for fans of Lost. You will definitely find a lot here to enjoy. Um, much like Ted Lasso, I think this is a show worth like buying a month of the subscription and watching through it. Uh, Severance is absolutely incredible.
I've been hearing it get a lot of praise.
Yeah, it is super cool. It's super like thrilling and mind bending, and the actors do a great job. I don't even want to like say what the concept is or anything. The less you know, the better. But I cannot recommend it enough. So there's my recommendation for anyone out there looking for a show right now. Other than that, I did see the Nick Cage movie on the weekend, and that's two big thumbs up.
Cool.
Nice.
Yep. The bromance between Nick Cage and Pedro Pascal is infectious, and any Nick Cage will come out of that movie feeling like they were just handed a treasure. Like it is a love letter to Nick Cage fans in the best way. It is super fun and enjoyable. So I got exactly what I wanted out of that.
Nice.
All right. Well, if nothing else is going on, why don't we talk about some video games? Because this is the top down perspective, and it's April 28th, and I'm still Sean Booker.
I am still Paul Fleck.
Sometimes I double as Jonathan Wheeler.
Okay. Well, Paul, why don't you tell us about Monster Hunter Rise?
Yeah, so that PC version came out this year, and I've been kind of dabbling here and there in it because I spent a lot of time in the original release on the Switch last year. That Sunbreak expansion is coming soon, so this week I just jumped in and finished the like base game is what I guess you would call it, the first like 8 hunter ranks, and then after that it unlocks and you can like go higher or whatever, but there's like kind of like an end boss type thing, and then it kind of unlocks from there. And from what I've been told and heard, you need to do that to access the new content. Like, it's content after that stuff, which makes sense to me. So I just wanted to make sure I'm ready for that, because that's only like a month and a half away or something like that now. So it's coming up. It's coming, 2 months, I guess, because it's at the end of June. So yeah, I'm kind of in between games. I have to go back to Kirby still, but this week I kind of didn't want to do much thinking or listen to any games that, like, Monster Hunter is a podcast game, or like watching a streamer video on my other monitor while I do stuff, and I just kind of wanted to chill after work. So I just jumped back in and kind of did my homework essentially for the expansion coming up.
Nice.
Yeah,
Cool.
that game's still great. Super fun.
John, what is Peglin?
Ooh.
Peglin is Peggle meets a roguelike.
Yeah, I've been excited to hear about this one, actually.
Is it a portmanteau? Like, what is the Lin?
Yeah, you play as a goblin. So yes, it is a portmanteau of Peggle and goblin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it plays a lot like Slay the Spire, where you've got like the branching paths, and you have to choose which path you go down. Some are like a regular fight, some are a mini boss fight, but you get a relic if you win that fight, and some are just random events. There are relics to get.
There was another. I don't know if it was a roguelike, another Peggle like that came out a year or two ago.
Round Guard.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting vibes of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Round Guard, you were the ball and you moved around, and that was how you did everything. This time, this is straight up Peggle. Like, you have the board, you shoot the ball down, but on the top of the screen, there's like a little like fight scene going on where enemies are coming in and attacking you. Sean, you would probably recognize this. It's like 10 million or You Must Build a Boat. It looks like that aesthetically.
Yeah, I'm looking at images. It definitely looks a lot like that, especially because there's like the kind of thing up top.
Yeah.
And the game below it. Yeah.
So just like a deck building game like a Slay the Spire, every time you beat a stage, you get offered like a new ball to add to your inventory, and all the balls have different effects depending on what they are. Each peg they hit does X amount of damage. There's a critical peg you can hit as well that doubles, in most cases, the amount of damage they do. Some of them have special effects. Some of them move different ways, et cetera, et cetera.
Is this on phones? This looked like it could be on phones.
It's in early access right now on Steam, so I'm assuming right now it's just Steam.
Yeah, probably not. Okay.
But what they have there is pretty decent. Like, it's very early access. Like, I think it came out like third Saturday, something like really recently.
It came out this week.
Like on Tuesday, or Monday or Tuesday, 3 days ago.
Yeah, it came out this week.
Like hella soon. But it is super neat. What's there? Like, if you like Peggle at all, like, it's a decent Peggle roguelike. It's very clearly early access though, because it still needs some balancing. But like, there's like 3 worlds you can just do straight up.
Nice.
There's a surprising amount of different ball types. I think there's at least a dozen in there that I've seen. I think I've seen about 24 relics at least. So for being early access, it's not bad.
Looks like it's gonna be $20 right now. It is special
10%
sale
off.
of 10% off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like Peggle, man?
True.
It's fun, but at the same time, since it's a roguelike and Peggle can be very random, it's just like, oh, I need to make this shot, but I can't get this item I need. So it's just, there's, the instance of it just being randomly luck frustrating.
Yeah.
Does Ode to Joy play at all?
No. Which is a bummer, but also
man.
at least not a copyright issue.
Yeah. They don't have like a replacement where they're like kind of winking.
Well, you don't ever
nodding?
really clear the board, but I guess you can clear the board and you get like a trophy for it or an achievement. But I never did it on any of my runs. Like, I don't know how you would do it, because there are literally icons on the board to refresh the board for you. So I have no idea how you would pull that off without striking one of those.
Cool. Yeah, this looks totally fun.
No, I recommend it if you just want something to mess around with and you like Peggle.
Good game for early access, I bet, for sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
Otherwise, the only other thing I did, I'm still working through Elden Ring slowly but surely.
Yep.
And I was at my sister's place today, and the boys were suddenly into Sonic Mania.
Nice.
I guess because they wanted to go watch the Sonic movie. So they had me play Sonic Mania with them, but they also wanted me to race them in Sonic Mania on my copy, which I had on my Switch. So I was playing 3 different copies of Sonic Mania at once, trying to like help them separately through things, because they didn't want to play together. They wanted to play separately on their own files. So one was playing on like
Oh.
their family Switch, another was playing on their Xbox, and they wanted me to also race them on my copy on my Switch. So I was jumping between the three, and they were going like, "Uncle Jonathan, can you help me with Chemical Plant Zone? Uncle Jonathan, can you help me get this Chaos Emerald? Uncle Jonathan, can you help me fight this bot?" Like it was just that over and over for like an hour and a half. Like
Well, Jonathan, when does this get fun?
Oh no, they were having a great time, but it was just like, I can't do this by myself. I want you to do it, Uncle Jonathan. So it was just like, oh, okay, hang on,
So
wait in line.
do they know Sonic primarily from the movies, or do they know him game first?
I think they know him game first because my sister has had a couple Sonic games over the years.
Okay.
Like
Sure.
she had Sonic Generations. She picked up Mania like for herself a while back. So I don't know if they played it because of that or if it's because of the movies. It would also not surprise me if it was because of the movies too, because they're 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe
Be-
the cartoon,
oh,
maybe like
actually, you know
Sonic
what?
Boom or something.
I know the actual answer. It's the mobile games because they both pulled out their iPads and they were playing Sonic Dash.
Oh, okay.
And
So
then
that
halfway through playing Sonic Dash, they went to Sonic Dash 2, Sonic Boom. So like they were playing both Sonic Dash games. So like they're pretty Sonic right now.
you should ask them what they think of the original movie Sonic. What about with the teeth?
I don't think they've seen it. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
think
what I'm
they've
saying.
seen
You
that
should
look.
show them like that trailer and be like, "Do you guys think you would have preferred this Sonic? What do you think of this Sonic?"
I don't know about that.
Well, he's got teeth now. Maybe I don't know. Maybe the kids want the teeth Sonic. They should have put out like a cut, like a version of that movie on like a special edition Blu-ray.
I know a bunch of people wanted to see that, but I don't think they actually finished enough of it to be able to do that.
Yeah,
That's the
maybe.
thing.
Could be.
I would buy that a Blu-ray copy of that movie to get to see that version. Or I
That'd be
would
great.
go back and pay a movie ticket price to see that in theaters. I would watch Sonic 1 again if it was that weird version of Sonic.
It would be interesting, yeah, to see that one.
Cool. All right, anything else?
No, that's pretty much it.
I played a few hours of the Overwatch 2 beta this week. That went live on Wednesday, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. So I was excited to jump back in. That game is Overwatch 1.
Yeah.
Almost like to a fault. Like it's almost kind of hard to like play new content in that game.
Oh, so do they not have a playlist or something that's like, just give me the new stuff all the time right now for like the first?
Well, there's not
whatever?
even that much new stuff to do. So from what I
okay.
understand, the new stuff includes like none of the PvE stuff is in there.
Right.
Which is kind of like the big new thing that's going to be in Overwatch 2.
Yeah.
And then so there's at least 2 new maps. I can only really think of 2 new maps. And then each of those maps have the new mode in it where you're trying to like push the robot. Or, it's kind of like moving the payload with like an extra layer of like obstacle in the way.
Sure.
So they have like the Toronto map is one of the new ones, and I can't remember the name of the other map. And no, there is no new playlist because it would just be like those 2 maps. So you just kind of put me into a game, and then it cycles through. So I put a couple hours in, and I played the Toronto map like twice. I played the other new map twice, and then I played like almost every map I could remember from Overwatch 1 a few times. There's also one new character. I think her name is Sojourn.
Okay.
She seems pretty cool. She has like a slide she gets to do and a machine gun. I didn't get to play her much because I went in saying like, so they've changed it up to if there's 5 characters now, 2 support, 2 like assault, whatever the 3 bullet icon is, and then 1, I don't know if it's tank, whatever the shield icon is.
Tank.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Tank. Yeah. So it's 1 tank, 2 assault, 2 support. And I just went in with like all of them checked, like, hey, I'll play whatever, get me into a game. If you do that, at least on launch day, you only get to play support.
Oh.
I guess no one wants to play support.
Yeah.
And unfortunately in Overwatch 1, I didn't have a main character. I had like a handful of them. None of them were support characters though. So it was a lot of me being like, all right, let's try and remember how Lucio plays. Um, it's also like when I jumped off of Overwatch, they had added like a bunch of new characters as well. So it was almost kind of hard for me to figure out, okay, which one is the new one. Anyways,
Yeah.
so eventually I was like, okay, I'm tired of playing support classes that I don't even like, I'm not even comfortable with. Let me uncheck that one. Give me some tank, get me some assault. If you do that, you will always play tank.
Sure.
To which I also realized, oh, none of the characters I played in Overwatch 1 were tank characters either. So maybe I'm also part of the problem as someone who favored assault characters.
You are part of the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, but my characters in the first game was actually, you know what? My characters in the first game were Tracer, Mei, Junkrat, and the teleport lady. What was her name?
Symmetra?
Yeah, Symmetra.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
In the first game, I think Symmetra was a support character.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's an assault one in this game.
Sure.
I know they did rework her at some point, but it was after I had like stopped playing. Anyway. So I eventually had to just say, all right, give me assault. I want to play some of the characters I'm familiar with. I want to try out Sojourn. And then the wait times go up, obviously, but it wasn't anything too bad. I think I maybe waited 30 seconds max, and it was probably a lot less than that anyways. So lots of people were in there playing.
Mm-hmm.
It felt exactly like Overwatch 1.
Yeah.
Down to like I was playing almost all the old maps again. And the new maps, they seem fine, but nothing crazy new. I would really like to play the PvE, but that's not in this because that's the big new thing. But it made me think like when Overwatch 2 drops, because they're releasing it as like not a whole separate game, it's going to like tie into Overwatch 1. I feel like it's just not going to get kind of the fanfare, or it's going to be a lot of people that are really good at Overwatch already
It's
there.
going to get ignored. It's going to totally get ignored.
Yeah. I mean, you're absolutely right. The people that will be playing are the ones that have been playing since Overwatch 1, and you are going to get stomped.
Yeah. Like it definitely feels more like this is DLC as opposed to this is a new game.
Yeah. I think that's why there was a while there where they were trying really hard to temper expectations and be like, yo, you guys need to calm down. Overwatch 2 is basically just going to be more Overwatch 1. Like, seriously, you guys. Because, yeah, there was a fervor building, and I remember them saying a lot of stuff like, we're just going to integrate it, essentially.
Yeah. And it's crazy to think because I feel like when Overwatch came out, it was like the biggest thing. It was so huge. And now it's like nothing. Like, no one talks about Overwatch at all.
Yeah.
I think Sean's so bright. Like it was my game of the year that year, and
Yeah.
I haven't touched that thing in years. But anyway, so for me, I guess it's gonna really come down to like what that PvE mode is.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of what the legs on that will be. I'll probably play some of the PvP some more because I do still enjoy my time. Like I had fun playing the beta. It was like, yeah, Tracer, Mei, I like these characters. Junkrat, I just throwing bombs everywhere.
Sure.
The core gameplay is fun. I like it. And even though it was a beta, there was still just some like absolute assholes in the voice chat that I was like, "Are you kidding? What is this nonsense?"
Straight up,
Shocking.
It was the community and even frankly people that I don't no longer play games with that like ruined Overwatch and the whole experience for me. So
it's so crazy. Like it's so rare that I'm playing an online multiplayer game not in like a party chat with my friends that I actually hear the public stuff. And then when I go in there, I'm like, "Oh, you guys are still like this? It's 2022 and you're still like this? All right." The reason I don't do this.
Yep.
Anyways, though, like cautiously optimistic, I guess. There's no real. I'm not gonna say it's bad. It's just it's more of that.
Yeah.
I can't tell you about like the UI tweaks or anything because it's been so long since I played Overwatch, but it felt like Overwatch to me. You do the alts when it powers up, and that's a fun time. So I don't know. If you liked Overwatch, you'll probably still like this. Sojourn seems like a cool character. There was a lot of kills where she was taking me out quite a bit, probably because a lot of people were playing as wanting to play as the new one.
Sure.
I also think there's like leaderboards now mid mission. I don't think that was there in the last one. Where you could like pull up like everyone's damage, everyone's kills and stuff. I thought that was all kind of hidden
While
in the
playing?
previous game. While playing, you can pull it up. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember, to be honest.
Because I remember specifically, like, they had like the medals at the end, and that was
Yeah.
kind of a new thing where they were like rewarding everyone. You can do something good, but there was no way to find out like what is everyone's like kill to death ratio mid match and stuff, and what how are people ranking. That's definitely in there this time, so you can do that.
They probably figured that our community are toxic shitlords anyways. Let's just put that in for the people that want it. They're gonna harass each other anyway, so who cares?
I guess so. So be ready for that.
And honestly, they're kind of right. They are gonna harass you anyway. So
yeah, playing a party chat with your friends. That's how you got to do it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, yeah. So that's Overwatch 2 beta. It seems like it's pretty easy to get in. There's like Twitch drops everywhere and stuff. You can just sign up on their website. So if you want that, it's pretty easy to find.
Cool.
Let's do some news.
All right.
The E3 replacement shows have begun their announcements.
Oh, okay.
Summer Games Fest tweeted out this June, get ready to see the future of video games. Summer Games Fest streaming live and free to everyone around the world.
Okay, no dates
specific
given.
date yet, but
okay.
we kind of knew Keeley would do something.
Yeah.
So he's definitely officially announced it. And then a day later, this morning, in fact, Xbox came out and said Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase set for June 12th, 10 a.m. Pacific time. That's a Sunday.
Oh, okay. Cool.
That's right in that E3 window. I'm assuming the Summer Games Fest one has to be, either the week before or the week after. I bet we're going to get a bunch of publishers kind of matching this stuff.
Yeah.
Doing something, coordinating something kind of all together. But it has begun. Exciting stuff.
They're going to aim for the same time slot, right? Like they were already basically doing stuff in that time slot. So why not just keep it on a habit?
Yeah, probably.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I bet there's plenty of developers that were like, it was a huge hassle for us to set up something for E3, and now we don't have to. But the other side of that is like, look, everyone's going to be looking for game news. You'll get a bump if you announce something during this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, PlayStation announced, or it didn't announce, but GameDeveloper.com reported that Sony is apparently going to be requiring devs to offer timed game trials as part of the PS Plus Premium subscription for games that cost more than $34.
Good.
Yeah, honestly.
Every game on it, even under 34, should have a trial or a demo. But yes, this is
the demos must be 2 hours long. The devs have up to 3 months time to offer a timed trial, so they don't have to do it right when the game's out.
Yeah.
And also the change not retroactive. I don't even know what that means in terms of this bullet point.
Not retroactive would mean they don't have, like, games that are already out don't have to make them.
Must be 2 hours long is actually crazy.
That is very crazy.
Yeah, that's aggressive. I like it.
What if it's like a 5-hour game and that just happens to be like $40?
Well,
and then
it would have to be a 5. Yeah, it would have to be a 5-hour game that's $35.
Yeah.
Which is not unheard of.
Yeah,
sure.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
A few other updates. The new times trials must be available to the PS Plus Premium subscribers for at least 12 months, according to the report. These are not a replacement for normal demos, i.e., devs are still allowed to release free demos. They're allowed to do free weekends for everyone, stuff like that. Then there was a small update. Again, this is kind of secondhand knowledge. Sony did not announce this. It appears Sony's own PlayStation Store team is going to be creating the 2-hour trials for developers.
What?
So, because I guess the backlash a bit on this is like making demos is sometimes difficult and like delays things from a development standpoint.
Oh, okay.
Which is fair, yeah.
So requiring these is probably a bummer on the development side now that they have to build this. Similar to how I'm saying with E3, it was probably a hassle having to put something together for E3.
Yeah.
But it's sounding like Sony themselves are going to help make these demos a reality.
Homer brings up a good true statement here. This is so Sony doesn't have to have a real refund policy.
Also, yeah, that would at this point it's like, why didn't you try the free demo, you idiot? You would have known if you liked it or not.
Yeah,
Sure.
true.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, this is weird. Demos are good. Like from a consumer standpoint, demos
Totally.
are definitely good. I do feel bad if it's like a small team. Now they're being forced to make this like bonus thing. And it's also like one more thing people could like complain about if it doesn't come out like bug free before their game launches.
Yeah. It does lead to this weird thing too where if you have a game and it is like 90 minutes, maybe 2 hours and a half or something, but it is like a really tight, well-paced narrative thing, like you're gonna have to add fluff now for the Sony version just to make sure that people don't see your game in the free trial.
And you know what? You hit on another point.
Yeah.
The Sony version, now you're going to be demanding that developers have to make a special thing just for the Sony console that the other platforms are not requiring whatsoever.
Yeah, I agree with you. Every platform should be required to let you try their game. I definitely agree with this statement that Sean Booker made. Actually, I would love it. Honestly, I'll say it. Every platform should allow you to try the thing before you buy it.
Yeah, no, I think try before you buy is a big thing. I definitely, especially with how many games are coming out now and how expensive they are.
Yeah.
I think a 2-hour trial of the game or a 2-hour demo is absolutely insane.
Yeah, it is.
Considering that is the return policy that
Yep.
Steam has. But at the same time, like if they can do it, or if this team that is making the demos is capable of doing it, fucking let's go.
It's super aggressive. I'm trying to think. The demo for Stanley Parable, was that 2 hours? That was its own standalone thing. So
The demo was its own game. It was a separate game.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So like,
thing.
but if it wasn't 2 hours long, it wouldn't have counted for this. And the fact that it's kind of separate, it kind of wouldn't have counted either, because this apparently isn't a demo, which Sony says you can still do. This is literally a trial for your game.
Yeah,
which
I mean, I'm sure what they're defining as game trials will be a bit fluid.
it'll be probably the first 2 hours of the game, just for most cases.
Like maybe, I mean, that's a weird question. Like think of like Last of Us 2, where it's like the first 2 hours of the game are kind of vastly different than the rest of that game.
Yeah, no, totally. Like, this has a whole bunch of weird problems associated with it, for sure.
And that's the other thing. Like, so again, Last of Us 2 comes up, and I'm not getting into spoilers here, but it's like first 2 hours of the game, there was like a hard pivot storyline wise about like 3-4 hours into that game, and it's like,
Yeah.
well, do you want to give like a demo of what the most of this game is going to be, or do you want to keep some of secrets alive? Like,
Well,
what do you do as Naughty Dog?
I mean, this has happened before. I don't know if you remember when Metal Gear Solid 2 came out and the demo was literally you playing as Solid Snake.
Sure. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
No,
I don't know.
and it's also probably Sony's response of like, well, we're still not doing day one releases into our subscription like Microsoft.
Yeah, what
Whereas
can we
Microsoft
offer?
is still like, this isn't better than what we're doing, so you're still behind. Fools.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of that. I definitely think 2 hours is really, I don't know. I think that should be up to the devs themselves, as long as, like, there should be a minimum set of it has to be, I don't know,
30
let's say
minutes.
half an hour. Yeah, an hour long, somewhere
Minimum
in
30
there.
minutes.
What if it's like a Metal Gear game where there's like 30-minute cutscenes?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing, is you need to make it like long enough, because then every dev is going to do like the bare minimum, because they don't want to make this demo if they
Yeah.
don't have to. They don't have to do it for anyone else.
Yeah. And Dead in Sky is actually kind of touching on a point too. If it doesn't like grab you in 2 hours, like maybe it's not worth seeing through. If there's really nothing about a 2 hour trial, even for Last of Us, even though it takes like a hard shift, mechanically it's the same game in the first bit to the last bit. So if it's not grabbing you that way, you probably just won't like it at all. I don't know. It's weird. This is a weird thing to see, but it makes me excited for a future where we can all try out something before we have to put down anywhere between $60 to $120 depending on the game and the version you're buying.
Sure. Yeah, no, it's definitely consumer friendly. I'm curious to see kind of like how it will play out
Yeah.
from a development standpoint, from a consumer standpoint. Like I want to see what it's like in practice.
Yeah.
Also, $34 is like a weird
Yeah.
number to pick.
It's an extremely weird number.
Like
Yep.
I could see them saying like 40. Okay, like that's kind of like games are 40 and up these days. What is $35?
Does it have anything to do with any discount you get from being a PS Plus member on top of it?
Maybe.
Well, I'm trying to think. Like, so maybe if the game was 40 and you got like 10% off, that would be $36.
Oh,
Maybe that's a threshold for like a certain deal that Sony cuts with developers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. It's a weird number. Like
I'm sure
an
for the
odd number
most
for
part,
sure.
these are all going to be like their own specific contracts between studios and Sony directly. But yeah, just as a guideline, I guess.
I wonder if it keeps any developers off the subscription service because now they know, hey, if we go on your premium thing, we have to like make this demo, which is going to cost us money from a development standpoint. So it's like maybe we just won't, and we'll just stay on Game Pass where they don't make us do this.
Yeah, true.
Moving on. Speaking of money, Twitch, a report out of Bloomberg, is stating that Twitch is considering changes to its partnership program or partner program. John, I specifically would love to hear your kind of thoughts on this, but let me run through some of the changes that might be happening. Currently discussed ideas not finalized, incentives for more ads, a worse revenue split for the streamers. So at the moment it's 30-70. Now it would be 50-50. New tier system, no more exclusivity, and this could be coming this summer.
Oh, I didn't even read that last point when I skimmed this earlier.
I'm just gonna say right now, like I've heard that the person like this might not be trustworthy reporting. It's very hearsay. So I don't know for sure if this is a thing, but if this is a thing, they're gonna lose a lot of people.
Absolutely,
100%.
A lot of people have been wanting out.
If you were told we're cutting your how much you're earning by 20%. I think actually someone did the math and I think it works out to more like 28% overall or something like that. Like that's insane.
Yeah. So
why would you stay?
Those who don't know, if you're a streamer, when it comes to like the revenue, the ads, you get to pocket 70% of that cash. Twitch gets 30.
Yeah.
And so the downside here is they would split that 50-50 so that you're losing a chunk. But I guess the one upside here is no more exclusivity. You can stream on any platform.
A lot of people I've heard people say that like they're signed into a contract or they would have left already. So that also is going to bite them in the ass. I'm excited to see what this does for like YouTube
no
exclusivity. Or something.
Twitch is, as far as I'm concerned, like the only game in town. Like, are that many people streaming on YouTube?
There's YouTube and Facebook. There's still YouTube and Facebook for gaming streaming, but like, it doesn't like if you're focusing on pure gaming content, usually Twitch is the place to go. YouTube was usually number 2, and then Facebook every now and then will be like, all right, here's like a ridiculous deal to stream here for like a year.
They're trying to get more people.
Yeah,
I would assume. Yeah.
Dude, like I don't know, like if I was suddenly told like that, like I would like that would I was losing that much of my like paycheck, I'd be furious. Like being able to stream on other services doesn't replace that. In my mind, anyways.
Yeah, I guess
I would get a different audience there because like there are people who over on YouTube who don't watch my streams, but at the same time, the people on YouTube who don't watch my streams don't watch them because they don't like streams.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I wonder if like Twitch is kind of banking on that. I'm like, yeah, you guys can stream elsewhere. Good for you, knowing in the back of their head, but like we're the place you want to stream. Like you're not going to make up that 20 elsewhere, but we'll say you can and we'll sound like the good guys.
Like I said, if this is real, they're going to take a gigantic hit to their partnership. People are going to leave in droves. But like I don't know. This is one of those like so out there it doesn't seem real kind of posts. But at the same time, Twitch has kind of done so many like bungled so many things lately. It feels like it's believable, which is the crappy thing about it. I don't know. I have to see what these tier offering thing they're talking about isn't in the article because it doesn't really go into major details from what I remember. Uh, and they would have to significantly increase what ads are worth, and I mean significantly.
Yeah,
Like
so like
I saw someone's estimation that right now, like out of 100% revenue from ads, you probably get 10% of that, and like on YouTube you get like 70. So like that is like night and day. So
sure,
like
yeah.
that they would have to improve that a major amount to even make it worth losing the sub revenue. And I feel like that them giving the ad revenue but taking the sub revenue doesn't make sense because technically at that point you would be getting more if you did the ad revenue. I don't know. There's too many missing pieces. This seems more like just conjecture than anything. They were more like just saying things out loud.
Right. And again, this is like, secondhand knowledge from our perspective. It's not an announcement, so who knows how much of it's real, how much they will announce, if anything is real, like you said.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I mean, if they're gonna do it, it's clearly gonna work in Twitch's favor. If I recall right, like makes like most of its money from the top tier streamers, anyways, right?
Yeah.
So as long as they don't leave, Twitch is probably fine.
I think they said, I think someone did the math when that giant leak happened of everyone's revenue share from last year. And I think it was something like 3,000 streamers total were making above the average US income or something like that. Like
Yeah,
that was it.
it was like real low. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. This makes me nervous. Not gonna lie, as someone who has this as their main job, I'm
Sure.
not exactly jazzed to lose like 20. I guess they did the math
Any
to someone
money.
and said 29% of my income
Yeah.
does not exactly excite me. Uh, so yeah, I don't know.
Paul, you might lose a bit of your income. What are you thinking?
I won't lose anything.
Okay.
Why would I? Wait, what?
Well, I know you stream on Twitch, so
Yeah,
was
it's
just
50-50 for everybody except for for even most partners. I think some still even get 50-50.
You have to be bringing in a certain amount of subs. At least that's how it used to be. I have the
2,000, I
70-30
think.
split. Oh my god, it's 2,000 now. It used to be 500 subs.
That's
What it was when I got it.
That's what the scuttlebutt has been, is that 2,000 up is an automatic, but I think if you are a partner, you can still work it out.
Yeah. So I'm curious, like, is that what they're gonna mean with tiers? Are gonna keep that marker, and if you're above that, you keep the 70?
Honestly, that's what I think. Yes. Because they're not going to want, like, an XQC to leave, period.
Oh yeah. Imagine
So,
if the top like 10 streams just disappeared overnight and jumped to YouTube.
That's
Hey,
the
I
thing.
remember when Ninja went to Mixer.
Yeah,
Man.
and then he came back.
Yep.
Yeah. Poor Mixer.
I remember that
He
whole
made a couple
announcement.
million and then came back like not even a year later.
I remember like the speculation on how much money Microsoft gave Ninja to do that was like insane. We never got the full number, but wasn't it like multi-millions for
Oh,
that?
yeah.
That was the guess, yeah.
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 That's crazy.
Would not
Almost
shock
as crazy as this tweet from Nintendo of America. It starts off with, "This is Miyamoto.
Oh, yeah, okay.
After consulting with Chris San, my partner at Illumination on the Super Mario Bros. Film, we decided to move the global release to spring 2023, April 28th in Japan and April 7th in North America. My deepest apologies, but I promise it will be well worth the wait."
Well, now I'm just not going to go see it. This is unacceptable.
That was it.
So
That was the straw.
Mm-hmm.
Mario has been delayed about half a year. I think it was supposed to be coming out in December this year.
Yes, it's around
September,
Christmas.
December-ish? Yeah.
Yeah.
The wording on this is ridiculous. This is Miyamoto. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my personal account.
Yep.
like, why
I
would they
logged
do
in.
this? Now I'm wondering if they're gonna like look at the engagement on this tweet and be like, "This is the like highest rated tweet we've ever had. We got to do all of our tweets like this. Everything's from Miyamoto going forward." I want to be a fly on the wall for the email chain, the conference meeting that they had to do when they were crafting the wording on this tweet. How does "This is Miyamoto" get put in there? Anyways, that was weird, and yeah, I guess Mario's coming next year. Couldn't stand up to Sonic. Do you think they looked at Sonic the Hedgehog 2, highest grossing video game movie of all time, and they were like, "There's no way we're gonna let him beat us. We're fucking
I
Mario."
bet, I 100% bet there was some like, oh, maybe we should change some things about this.
Like Mario had teeth, and they're like, "No, see, we got to get rid of the teeth. It's the only way people
That
will
was
like
it.
it."
They're actually putting old Sonic in the Mario movie.
Man, that would be so baller if they like dunked on them in that way. That would be hilarious. Yeah, if you played the movie backwards, you can see an outline. Yeah, oh, that'd be great. No, I do wonder if there's some internal thing with at Nintendo where they're like, "Yo, we nailed the coffin shut on that hedgehog generations ago. There is no way we're gonna let him lap us on the movie front too. We're Nintendo. There's a reason they don't make consoles anymore." That's my hope, at least.
They're scared.
Um,
They don't want to release the same year Sonic. Easy.
they don't want to release the same year as Avatar 2.
That too. Yep.
Oh, did that get announced for this year? Or?
It did.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
for fuck's sake!
We got
Around the
we
same
got the
time,
subtitle.
actually.
It's like
I saw the
Way of
subtitle. I
Water.
didn't see the release date.
Yeah,
Around the
it's
same
this
time.
December.
It's December something. Yeah.
Yeah, they're making 5 of those.
Oh
Yeah,
my
they
God,
are.
Don't remind me.
Yep.
Ubisoft is still working on an Avatar game.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
They showed it like last year's E3.
Was that last
You're
year's
right.
E3? I thought that was
Holy
like
shit.
5 ago.
No.
Yeah, it was recent. That's true. I remember that now. Holy shit.
Diablo Immortal was announced a release date this week, June 2nd. You know, I'm going to just read it. On June 2nd, hell is everywhere.
Yeah.
That's what Blizzard is threatening us with. iOS and Android, along with PC.
Yeah, for those who don't have
they came
phones.
out and said, yes, we're bringing it to PC because we know you guys would have emulated it anyway.
Well,
honestly, I appreciate the honesty.
This just makes me want that Google Play app still, like, even more, because it reminded me, oh, right, that was supposed to come out, and we haven't heard
Well, like, I know
anything
on Windows
that.
11 you can play Android apps.
Just, like, natively?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's one of Windows 11's features. So maybe you just got to update to Windows 11.
Yeah, but then everything else it will break.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and actually, you don't even have to update because it's coming to PC. This makes me wonder, like, what's up with like Diablo 4 if this is going to be on the PC as well?
When they showed Diablo 4, they said this is like 5 years away minimum. They said it's nowhere near close.
Yeah. Do you think part of the PC port is also to like tide off people till Diablo 4?
Yeah, probably. I mean, they're trying whatever they can do to get any goodwill back from people.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Uphill battle.
Yep.
I do hear this game is good. I think, Paul, you even played it at some point.
Yeah, it's good. And I think I even said I think I would have liked this on PC a lot more, though. Because it plays like an old Diablo game. Which plays good on PC.
So, June 2nd. Speaking of release dates, Splatoon 3 got a release date, September 9th.
Okay.
And along with that announcement, the Octopus expansion for Splatoon 2 is now part of the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack.
Nice.
So I might play that. I never played that DLC.
It was all right. A little difficult. Did we not have the mention of them giving a date for a Warcraft mobile game?
Oh, that's right. They are making a Warcraft.
That was today, wasn't it?
I didn't even hear about that.
Warcraft mobile game reveal May 3rd at 10 a.m. Reveal.blizzard.com. That got announced 11 hours ago. Yeah.
Is that when the reveal is happening, or it's coming out May 3rd? Oh, okay.
This was the pre-tweet though. Join us for the reveal of a new mobile game set in the Warcraft universe, May 3rd at 10 a.m. Pacific time.
Okay. I guess we'll find out about that next week.
Yeah, we'll see.
Speaking of weird tweets, Yuji Naka tweeted that he has filed a lawsuit against Square Enix because he knew his game Balan Wonderworld was unfinished and he criticizes both Square Enix and Zest. I don't
Yeah.
know what that is, for going forward with the release.
That's the studio that actually made the game.
I mean, yeah,
they're the guys that did like Yoshi's New Island and a bunch of stuff like that.
He should definitely be criticizing Zest because they made a shit mechanical game. But like, I don't know, mechanically, it wasn't ever going to be like amazing or anything. It was just yeah.
So I was like, oh wow, this sounds really bad. But then I had to laugh because there were a shit ton of people that are like, yo, you do realize, Yuji Naka, you've been an asshole for like 2 decades, right? And people just posted like wave after wave of like, here's him being an egotistical asshole. Here's him literally talking about firing studios he's working with. Here is him just like discrediting all these other people he's worked with over the years. So everyone's like, this is just karma, dude. Like, that's all it is.
Yeah, because he did the same shit. So
I'm going to pull up a question we got sent because it's basically on this topic.
Okay.
VGC Kenny wrote in saying, with the news of Yuji Naka suing Square Enix over Balan Wonderworld, this got me thinking, would you buy the Yuji Naka cut of Balan? Or any previous bad games that get re-released on the basis of, it's good this time, we promise. Can any game get a Cinderella No Man's Sky story, or is there a point where the bridge is too burned or repaired? I think there's a version of Balan Wonderworld that actually is good. It's called
I just
Super
don't think
Mario
it's
Odyssey.
Naka. Yeah.
But I could see a world where Balan Wonderworld was kind of like a subpar version of that and still better than what we did get.
I was about to say, I don't think Yuji Naka's version is the better version. But yeah then you took it in a much better direction.
I mean, I would have to know. So yes, I would check it out.
Yeah, I feel like if it was given a sequel and like as much development time as possible, I could see some fun being there. There was just a lot of weird design decisions in that first game.
I had an
but
okay
if he's an
time
asshole,
with that
then
game.
I just don't even want to help him out. So.
Yeah, there is that too.
It's a whole weird thing.
Yeah.
And this final news story, which has a picture of Sonic's teeth. Sega delisting most standalone versions of Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, Sonic 3, and Knuckles, and Sonic CD.
Yeah.
This is in response of the announcement of the Sonic Origins collection, and this just sucks.
Yeah, I've made my opinions on the Discord about this pretty well known. I'm not okay anytime they take away choice from a consumer.
Yeah, so they're basically just like forcing people to buy the new version for full price, as opposed to the older versions that are running fine.
Yeah, exactly. Not
this
a fan.
is at least a better version of the game, but I agree with Paul and I guess both of you in this case. I don't think they should have taken away the older versions, unless it's some weird ass licensing issue with the music, which I've heard with 3 could be the case, but not with the rest.
Sure. This definitely smells of the new one is out and $40. Why would I let you buy the $5 one game you want?
Yeah. Agreed. With that, let's do some questions. topdownperspective@gmail.com is the email address, at TDP Podcast on Twitter, the Discord channel, or John's P.O. Box. This first one comes in from the Phantom Aegis, who says, on the 27th of April, so yesterday, Kirby will be 30 years old. What are your fondest memories with the Kirby franchise?
The first video game I remember buying with my own money was Kirby Superstar.
Nice.
Okay, nice.
All.
I bought the re-release they did on DS and like as just a thing to play while I think we were on a vacation in San Diego or just Southern Cali in general. And I just remember like a lot of car trips, plane trips, whatever, playing just the shit out of that and finding every little secret and all that stuff. That was just a super good time. Good road game.
Mine is probably also Kirby Superstars. We had a Super Nintendo in my 5th grade homeroom class with that game on it. So like every lunch we'd be playing that. I was even in the after school daycare program at the school, and I would just ask, hey, is it okay if I go to my 5th grade teacher's homeroom and just play Kirby instead of sitting in this after school care program? So that was pretty good. I remember one time I was playing it and I got sick and had to run into the hall because I was vomiting, and I vomited all over the wall.
Ah, yes, fond memories.
Next question from No More Spiros. Elon Musk has bought the top-down perspective. What was the price?
$1, Bob.
I mean, our souls is the actual answer.
Also that.
How much would I sell it for?
Yeah.
I mean, first off, just Elon Musk kind of sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck that guy.
I don't know. Like, it's not that hard to just start up another podcast. So 100 grand each, and I'll start a new podcast that's identical but has a new name.
Let's have a stipulation on this. How much would he have to offer you to buy Top Down Perspective, but make it so that the three of us were never allowed to podcast ever again? What is the price for just selling away also your right to podcast?
I can't even podcast. I'm silenced.
Yeah.
No
you
one
can do other
know
content. It just
Oh,
can
man.
never be an official podcast.
So you're saying not only do I get money, but I don't have to ever talk on the internet again? Holy shit, what a
Yes.
dream. I don't know, like $20 or something might be nice.
Wow. Wow.
I'm so
At least get
fucking
something to live off of for a bit, man. Come on.
I'm so
I
fucking
don't know if
sick
I
of
could do it.
talking.
I don't know if I could do it because, like, I might just explode with all these opinions on games just in my head.
Meanwhile,
Like,
in my head, I'm like, yeah, like $1 billion. That's it.
Yeah, just a
I
I guess the
billion.
easy answer is, like, can I retire just off of it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. Well, it's literally my job. So like, if I had to give up, because if I give up the podcast, that probably means I'm also giving up like YouTube and Twitch and everything. So
Sure.
yeah,
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
have to. It had to be like, give me enough to retire on. Let me take care of my family and comfortably. Let me keep adding to the collection. That's as long as
Am I
all those are covered, I'm
allowed?
good.
Am I allowed to convey my video game thoughts anywhere, or do they have?
I
to
would
stay,
assume
like,
you
can I
could still
tweet
talk
about
with-
them?
You could still
Yeah.
do the written word and stuff
Okay.
like that. You can't do a podcast. That's all it is.
Yeah, come to our live stream of the three of us in a Google Doc
Hell
talking
yeah.
about what we've been playing each week.
Yo, we should do that though.
Oh, that would be horrible. That would be so hard. It would be so hard to have just like a regular like conversation because someone's probably just like posting memes
Yeah.
while you're typing, changing your
Yeah.
font.
True.
All right. Next up from Hebrew Lantern, what is your earliest gaming memory? I remember when I was like 3 or 4 playing one of those dedicated Pong machines that like it just had like 4 or 5 different versions of Pong on it.
Sure. I mean, I remember Mario 1 and just playing that with my dad.
How old are you?
It's probably 5 or 6, I would assume.
I don't think I have anything that young because neither of my parents were game interested. When did we get a computer? That would have been. It was probably something just like watching other kids in like the after school care program. So like around when I was maybe 6, playing Game Boys and stuff. I got a Game Boy when I was 6 or 7. It's probably something around there. It was either that or when my dad brought home our very first computer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember how old I would have been for that though.
Yeah.
Something like that. Ziering writes, "Hello, your favorite novel is getting an animated adaptation in the style of the old Hanna-Barbera cartoons. And it will be performed by the voice cast of any video game that you choose. What book is it and who voices it?"
Favorite novel. Okay. I've never thought about like what my favorite novel is.
Yeah, I don't really know if I have like a favorite novel. I don't read a ton. I guess maybe the book I like a book called Wool by Hugh Howey. It's like a sci-fi thing. One of those sci-fi things.
Sure.
See,
And-
2 things came to mind for me. One would be an actual serious answer, like Hitchhiker's Guide.
Oh yeah.
I
Okay.
would love to see Hitchhiker's Guide done as like a Hanna-Barbera style cartoon.
Sure.
Video game voice cast. Oof, I don't know. That one's a bit tougher.
Oh yeah.
But my mind also went to the joking answer of I would love to see like a Hanna-Barbera style cartoon of 1984.
Sure.
or just something like War of the Worlds, just something
That's
like
almost
super like
kind of like
serious.
the Fortnite recreation of the 1984 commercial.
Yeah.
That's what jumped into my head there. Yeah, the Hanna-Barbera one makes it hard to be like serious, like because like the
Yeah.
book I mentioned, Wool is kind of serious and dark. But the minute it's a Hanna-Barbera cartoon, it's like no one's taking the death of the world that seriously. So in that case, I want the voice actors to be from Bugsnax.
Yes.
And there's some good VAs in there, so.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, one of the first books that came to mind was Lord of the Flies, which is immediately just like horrifying in Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, but now they're
style.
Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
Yeah, so now they're hilarious.
Yeah.
Voice
I mean, I know
cast.
Hanna-Barbera has done actual serious cartoons, but man, I just can't think of anything but like the Flintstones, Jetsons,
Totally.
Magilla Gorilla, stuff like that.
Oh, what was that?
I mean, the Jetsons was a cautionary tale. It's about as serious as you get.
What was that cartoonist?
Are you thinking of Yogi Bear?
No, like if I was able to choose, I would definitely want. Do you remember the old Lord of the Rings cartoons from like the 70s or 80s or whatever?
Oh, super old one? Yes.
Yeah, I would want that style because I think that would just be interesting. Super like weird, dark.
Like The Last Unicorn.
Yes, exactly. I can't remember the name. I was thinking Don Bluth, but it's not Don Bluth. It's somebody
It's definitely
else.
not Don Bluth.
It's maybe Rankin Bass actually. Now that I think about
Rankin
it,
Bass sounds right.
that might be it.
Don Bluth was like all dogs go to heaven.
Yeah.
Time, that stuff.
Yeah. Voice cast. Get the Mass Effect voice cast in there, man. I love those guys.
The what's her name? Femshep.
Jennifer
Jennifer
Hale.
Hale.
She showed up in something I was watching recently or playing recently. What was that?
I mean, she still works.
Yeah. And I remember being like, what is that voice? And then I was like, oh, that's Commander Shepard. What was I looking at?
Was
Don't
it
forget,
again?
isn't she in SpongeBob as Pearl? I think that's Jennifer Hale.
I don't know. I wasn't watching SpongeBob, but it was something else. Anyway.
Yeah.
Moving on. Paul?
Oh, yep. Dad writes, how often do you give video games as gifts? Do you think it's a good gift idea?
How often? Never.
Yeah, never.
Not on purpose.
If I'm getting a gift for somebody like an internet like acquaintance or friend or whatever, I will just go to their like, let's see what they have on Steam and their wish list. Oh, this is on sale. Like I'll get them this or whatever. I have done that, but like I won't get video games as gifts for like real life people ever.
Yeah, I'm not saying I wouldn't. I would if I knew the person well enough to know like if they've even played this or want to. Like I'd have to kind of know what their gaming habits are a bit.
Sure.
So it'd have to be like a close friend, but I feel like I just don't tend to give a lot of gifts with my friends. It's more of like a family thing. And then the few times where I do get a friend a gift, it's because I saw something where I was like, oh, this would be perfect for that person.
Yeah.
I'm going to get it for them. It wasn't like, hey, their birthday's coming up. Got to find something.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Sorry, I went on a sidetrack of going down Wikipedia to check things. I did not realize Jennifer Hale was from Newfoundland.
Holy smokes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You got to work that connection, man.
She actually didn't live too far away, apparently, from where I grew up. Where were we on this one? I don't have do you have to give video games as gifts? Do you think it's a good gift idea? I mean, it depends on the person, like y'all said. I'll give them out to friends every now and then. I'll see what's on their wish list, but that's usually about it.
Yeah.
Right on.
Suki writes in and says, have you ever dreamt the solution to a problem in a video game? Yes.
I personally haven't. I have had a friend that did, and I thought it was hilarious.
I
John,
fell
what-
asleep during an exam once, and when I woke up, I remember the solution to the question I was stuck on before I fell asleep.
Nice.
Yeah. So the video game equivalent probably happened for
Okay,
sure.
I see what you're saying. Okay, sure. Conqueror says, "What is a hobby you wanted to try but didn't due to not wanting another expensive hobby / having the space for it? Example: Warhammer 40K, TCGs, Lego model kits."
Warhammer is a great one. I would love to get into Warhammer. I don't have the space or money to do it.
Vinyl
Honestly-
collecting.
Yeah.
Vinyl. Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
sure.
We have a couple records, like maybe 20, and that's probably all we're gonna get.
At least, luckily, with records, they're so thin. They like it's a compact kind of thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, like all the ones they mentioned, I would be down to like do some of that stuff, but like yeah, they get expensive fast. I would love to play more trading card games, but like I don't want that expense, and I know that expense is like skyrockets fast and snowballs.
Yeah.
Whereas if there was just a thing where I could like buy the one deck where I know, hey, this will at least make me competitive and have fun. Sure,
mean-
yeah, I'll play that. But then those are just card games, and I do buy those.
I mean, you can do that though. You can literally just buy like a deck for Magic or whatever you want, and then you're stuck with that forever. But you know,
Exactly, like it'll get outdated fast, and like it won't even really work that well. So,
Yeah.
like space wise, I would love to, and with the money in space, I would love to buy the biggest Lego sets they are. Why not? That'd be great to play with.
Sure. Final question from Linebeck. What would you say are the best and worst parts of getting and setting up a new PC?
I mean, reinstalling all the programs sucks.
Just
Yeah.
getting everything to where it's comfy again. Getting the groove. and
Transferring all your files from your old one to your new one takes forever.
just all the setup.
Having like a fresh install where everything's really fast is super nice.
Yeah, that's the only worst part is that. And also like the actual building, just it's one of those like I want to play with it now things, but I have to sit here and put things together first. And then
Another worst part, maybe just like the cost of the pieces, especially right now.
Yeah, this is a terrible time to get into building a PC if that's what you're going to do.
Yeah.
This is a real bad time to do that. That's for sure.
That's going to do it for questions this week. If you want to send in questions for next week, topdownperspective@gmail.com, @TDP Podcast on Twitter, the Discord channel, or John's P.O. Box. What is your game of the week?
Peglin.
Yeah, Monster Hunter.
It's probably Kirby.
Yeah, okay.
Just continue to go through that.
Cool.
Some stuff to look out for. Right after this, we'll be live with our F-Zero X episode of TDP Plus. And we have decided what the May game is, and we will be playing through The Secret of Monkey Island. Yay, my game won.
Yeah.
Not surprised on that one. I had a feeling on that one.
Hey, I gotta get ready for that sequel coming later this year. So, gotta play that. Anyways, we will see you guys next week.
Bye, everybody.